What is up, everyone? And welcome to a special edition of the Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Before I get started with my review on Friday Night SmackDown, I would like to send a special shout out to the new subscriber, Harry Flynn. Thank you so much for your subscription. Without further ado, let's get started with tonight's broadcast of Friday Night SmackDown review live from Chicago. But quick question though, I'm not gonna get political, but I want to ask you guys a bit of a question. With I'm not gonna say what it is, but WWE tonight was in Chicago, and a couple of weeks ago, AEW was in Chicago. So a lot of wrestling events have been taking place in Chicago. What I'm curious about is once 2023 hit, due to what has passed in Chicago, which I won't get into, do you really think wrestling is going to go back to Chicago after 2023 begins? Just curious what you think. But not going to get into that. What I will start off with is, did Michael Cole steal JR's line? Because we opened up SmackDown tonight in Chicago, and Michael Cole said, "It's Friday night." And you know what that means? Someone already said that. That's right, JR. Anyway, let's get started with the opening contest tonight. We have Liv Morgan and Tegan Knox taking on Damage Control. Fun fact, recently Bailey did a FaceTime with Roxanne Perez and good friend Sasha Banks earlier today, if not today, yesterday, sometime earlier this week. It was done. I was watching it. I didn't see it all, but it was pretty entertaining. So be sure to check that out. I think that's going to be pretty fun. But down to business, Liv Morgan showing off her bottom, daring, who did she dare? I think she dared Dakota Kai. Dared Dakota Kai saying, "Kiss this." That's Bianca's taunt. But in any event, Liv Morgan given the "kiss my bottom" taunt. And Liv Morgan was almost snapped tonight with a kendo stick. And it got good near the end when she did the sunset flip. And during that time, Michael Cole, who stole JR's line, complimented Damage Control, and Bailey is still on Michael Cole's throat. I'm telling you, Bailey likes Michael Cole. Say what you want. Bailey likes Cole. But in any event tonight, Damage Control wins because a mysterious woman attacked Liv Morgan. Who was it? For a second, I thought it may be Banks. It may be Trinity. Somebody might have thought it might have been Mandy Rose, who was released over a picture that was posted. But it was none other than Xia Li. "It was me, Morgan. It was me. It was me, Austin. It was me all along." That meme will never get old. I'm telling you. Moving forward, tonight we saw some build up between what would be an excellent match with promos from Ricochet and Walter, aka Gunter. But let's talk about something real interesting that happened tonight, because apparently LA Knight was kidnapped earlier today and escaped and came back to call out Bray Wyatt. And LA seemed like he had gone a little nuts, because it was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think LA Knight is starting to lose it a bit up here. I think Bray Wyatt Uncle Howdy has driven him that nuts. But what I do appreciate, when Bray Wyatt came out, Bray Wyatt, as he did at WrestleMania in his previous match against Randy Orton at WrestleMania a couple of years ago, Bray Wyatt, a year and a half, should I say, Bray Wyatt once again paid homage to his friend Luke Harper with the yeah tribute as he came out earlier tonight. This would be, I believe, Luke Harper's 43rd birthday. Unfortunately, he passed away 2 years ago, 10 days after his birthday. But at least he got to see his birthday before he passed. So thoughts and prayers to to his family and all loved ones who were affected by that. Oh, speaking of thoughts and prayers, I know he's just a celebrity, but my deepest thoughts and prayers to Twitch, a celebrity who recently took his own life. And it's crazy how it's always the ones that seem the happiest that go through the most. It's interesting sometimes. It'd be the ones that seem the happiest outside that struggle the most. So thoughts and prayers for Twitch, man. But again, back to the Luke Harper thing. I really appreciate the tribute that Bray gave to him. And after Bray did a little bit of talking, and there was steam in the air, um, LA Knight attacked, and after the attack, Uncle Howdy came out. Now I am convinced Uncle Howdy is another person. I mean, I thought Uncle Howdy was another alter ego of Bray Wyatt because I'm used to thinking that Bray Wyatt has more alter egos than Tyler Perry. Although I think Bray Wyatt is very entertaining. The stories he's in is very awesome. And he's really grown on me, and I've become a huge, huge fan of his. So great storytelling with Wyatt. Speaking of this, I think Wyatt's about to create a group. Some of you have probably seen my shorts from October where I dare you guys to make your own dark stable. Be sure to check that short out. I made a post and I said, create your own dark stable. And one of the people I put on was, of course, Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss. Monday, those little things that you see on the Titantron that triggers Bray Wyatt triggered Alexa Bliss. And Alexa almost gave the Sister Abigail to Bianca Belair. I think a stable is about to be formed. And it's interesting because on AEW, we had the return of the House of Black. It's awesome. They were in action for the first time. Great match, great segment, rather. But I think Bray Wyatt is about to form his own stable, and I think Alexa's about to be the first of that. So things are just getting very, very exciting. Now let's talk about this amazing match that was main event worthy. And it was between Walter Gunter versus Ricochet. Now, of course, Walter dominated most of this match. And if you're new to this channel, I like Walter better because the G name means something that was with the Nazi and things like that. So to some, it's a little controversial. So I just go with Walter. Walter obviously dominated the match. And obviously, like every other time, Walter has written another chapter in the Red Chest Diaries. That's the humor I like to come up with. The Red Chest Diaries. This is another chapter. Obviously, despite domination, I thought it was going to be a little one sided, but Ricochet and his high flying performances was awesome tonight. I was very surprised when he kicked out of the power bomb. I thought that was it, but that was not enough. Ricochet did high flying moves. He was able to come out with the shooting star press this week again, but that wasn't enough. And despite all of that, it was the symphony that would end the match. But nonetheless, that match was awesome. I thought it was just going to be a little bit of a 3-star, but that match was amazing. And if I were to do a top 10 review of my favorite matches from this year so far, that would be on it. And I would go on and do one in the upcoming week, but I would probably have to do it near the end of the year because of the announcement that we heard at the end of the show. We have Hit Row. Before I tell you why I gotta wait till the last minute to do a top 10 review of the year, I gotta tell you that Hit Row had a triple threat match tonight with um, Legado del Fantasma. Sorry if I don't get that right. And the Raiders. First of all, Top Dollar. Forgive my background because I grew up in church, and what I'm going to say is going to sound a little churchy, but this is only for humor. Top Dollar. You are not anointed to fly, okay? You are not anointed. That is not your gift. That is not your calling. Do not do that again. I mean, just that was they call it a botch, but that was the wrestling blooper of the year. And everyone makes mistakes. I mean, Shotzi has made her mistakes. We all make funny mistakes that we can laugh at in life. That's life. Now, Top Dollar, you have yours. Don't do that again. Just don't. You are not anointed to fly. That is not your wrestling anointing. Don't ever. Don't. Don't ever do that again. Ever. Not because he's super heavy, because obviously Keith Lee can fly for someone his size. So that's not the case. But Top Dollar, no. Top Dollar, God bless you, but no. That's not your gift, dude. Don't ever. And it's Friday, so don't ever do that again. But I tell you what we would like to see again. Tonight at 880 in 38 days, Roman Reigns is reigned as Universal Champion. Many people thought that Roman was going to come out and give Sami Zayn the main Usi name. And after coming out and demanding acknowledgement from Chicago, Roman Reigns was met with a surprise. Earlier tonight, Adam Pearce was summoned in, and they made an idea that Roman and Sami would team up against Kevin Owens and a partner of his choosing. Now, for those of you who are huge fans, I'm sorry, Chicago, it's not CM Punk. However, I know somebody who CM Punk defeated in Chicago many years ago. None other than John Cena. Yes, John Cena is the mystery solved. Rough week, by the way, rough week for Adam Pearce, because for a second we thought it would be Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley was fired. I hope he comes back. But in any event, tonight we found out that the mystery, no time for build-up, the mystery is none other than John Cena. Holy Smackdown. That's how I'll say it. In any event, John Cena is the mystery man. I'm really excited. And the streak almost got broken because John Cena was about to go a whole year without competing, but he will be on SmackDown in Tampa, Florida. I'm really excited. What do you think about tonight's broadcast of Friday Night SmackDown? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm your host, Daniel Cody. That's all the time I have for you today, and I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. Hope Raquel gets well soon after that attack. Also, speaking of Raquel's boyfriend, Braun Strowman, after an amazing match with Walter, came in and saved Ricochet from further attacks from Imperium. I would love to see Braun Strowman face Walter at the Royal Rumble. That would be awesome. What do you think? I'm your host, Daniel Cody. That's all the time I have for you today, and I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. And again, I reiterate, Top Dollar. Don't ever do that again. God bless, guys.